Hello there, my crafty friends. It's Ashley Pfeiffer, the maker behind Stamped AF. This is the video for my first card. So we'll just give you a quick peek of the outside and the inside. Isn't it beautiful? Kelly and I just want to thank you for purchasing our Creativity Without Borders Peaceful Boughs Class to Go kit. We had so much fun creating this kit for you. So when you receive your kit, you will be receiving a half a pack of the Regal's DSP, and it will be 6x6, so you will be receiving 20 sheets of this. Just to make this clear, any of the DSP that we're using in our designs will be coming out of your kit. The DSP has not been pre-cut. You will be receiving a half a pack of the metallic pearls, so half silver, half gold, and you will be receiving a roll of the linen thread. Now, I will tell you that while I was designing this, I ran out of linen thread and it's now on back order, so I have just used a little bit of the Rooted in Nature twine. So please know that you will be getting the linen thread in your kit. So when you see me using this, it will be linen thread. My apologies for that. It went on back order and I haven't been able to get my hands on it. So for this first card in your kit, you will be receiving, you will be receiving one 12x12 sheet cut into 6x6 pieces. So 4 6x6 pieces of the champagne, copper, gold, and silver metallic foil sheets. So this, when you receive it, will be 6x6. So you are going to cut this piece down. You are going to cut your DSP down, but you will have, for this card, 2 top folding shaded spruce cards, 2 4x5 1/4 pieces of Very Vanilla. You will be cutting 1 piece of your 6x6 gold down to 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. 1 piece of your shaded spruce. Now, you could change this up completely. You could use any of the Regal's colors, but you are going to cut this one to 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and that's just going to layer there. And then you will have some scraps of Pool Party for your border, your sentiment border, and then for your pine cones. These will not be pre-cut. You need to have the Peaceful Boughs bundle or similar. So you will also be cutting these pine cones from your gold piece. And then this for the insert is 3/4 by 4 inches, and that just goes across there. This one's actually not 4 inches. Let me cut a piece there. So 4 inches by 3/4 of an inch, just for a little something of interest on the inside beside the sentiment. So there we go. That just runs across the bottom. Okay, and then shaded spruce, I have cut this piece here, and we've got our twine. So let's get to creating this. So first things first, we are going to take these pieces out and we'll just glue our gold piece. You don't need a lot. Just hold that down for a moment. And you can use that side, you can use that side. It's totally up to you. Okay, so now we can get our stamp set out, and using shaded spruce, this is all tone on tone. We are going to stamp our Season's Greetings on there and our sentiment on the inside. And then we're also going to use our shaded spruce sponge dauber to darken up our sentiment piece. I used this at a class on the weekend and someone pressed a little too hard, so it will forever be Delicata Gold. Okay, and we're just stamping this in the bottom right corner. There we go. Looks like my shaded spruce could use a re-inking. So that is all the stamping that we're doing. We need to keep that out. I'm going to glue this on while we're over here and get this piece attached. And you don't have to use Tombow for this. You can use snail, your adhesive of choice, whatever that may be. Okay, if you have any kind of rough edges from your cut, just take a nail buffing block. It's easier before you've adhered it, but it's not impossible. That will just buff out any rough edges. Okay, so now let's take our shaded spruce and a sponge dauber and just ink this up a little bit. This step is optional. I don't do a lot of sponging my edges, but every now and then it's a nice touch. Helps it pop a little bit from the background because it's a busy gingham pattern. So it just adds that little something, a little bit of dimension. Okay, so we're gonna pop that up. And I would recommend one in each corner and then one in the middle. There we go. And then for the actual bows or boughs itself, what I like to do is just take some of the side of my dimensionals. You can use the foam mounting strips if you would rather. You can cut some thinner than that little border. And then all we have to do is pop those on every, I'd say ½ an inch or so, just to pop this up. Now, I would suggest laying it out first. You need to know what parts don't need dimensionals. So these ones here are going to be glued right on it. So we need something here and up here. So these parts, I am going to put a little bit of glue now so that I don't accidentally put on dimensionals. It does mean that I need to work a little bit quicker, but these pieces are ready to roll. If they're too long in length, you can just cut them again. you can just snip that off. There we go, fully adhered. And now we'll take our silicone craft mat and we need to glue our pine cones. And also, we're just going to add a little bit of sponging to these as well. You don't end up seeing much of this, but it helps to bring the shaded spruce and the pool party from the DSP together. I'm guessing it's pool party because when I held it up to mint macaron, it was a little too green. So there we go. And now we're gonna add a little bit of glue on our silicone craft mat. And I have a sponge dauber that is dedicated for glue. So what I do is I just spread it out, add it to the back of that pine cone. You don't want to add it to the base of the pine cone because then the whole thing will be covered in glue and you will see through it. You just want it on the back of your foil. Okay, and you can set a block on those if you need some pressure to help it dry. You don't want to go too heavy-handed with the glue because it will do this and it will go through to the other side. And if that happens, I was trying to use up the glue there. If that happens, just take a baby wipe and wipe it off. I have found that any other way that I try and erase adhesive from metallic foil, it takes away the finish. So if you use an alcohol wipe or an adhesive eraser, it's too harsh. So baby wipe is just right. And you don't need to use a silicone craft mat to do this, but it does make it easier. You can just use a scrap of paper if you want, but this wipes relatively clean. I need to soak mine for a bit. But only the things you want to stick will stick. It's perfect. Now we're going to add some glue here. And I just put it on the top of the pine cone every time. Actually, with this one, we could put it on the entire thing. We can put a clear block on that and let it dry. And then with your linen thread, remember I'm using a substitute, but you will have linen thread. Just tie a little bow. And to get this same look with the linen thread, just use 2 lengths of it. Just going to cut off the excess. Using a glue dot, I will adhere that on. And that is it. That went on a little crooked. And as a final step, sorry, I lied, there's 2 more things we can do. So champagne mist shimmer spray, I've got it with rubbing alcohol, so just give your front cover a nice spritz. And then using the metallic pearls that came in your kit, we are adding 3 because in paper crafting design, you want to work in multiples of 3s. It's just more appealing to the eye, or odd numbers, I should say. Okay, that one's not going to stick. And there we go. Now we are done. So I hope you enjoyed that first card.